Hello! Today I show to you how to use the StateMachine Engine. It's a powerful and yet simple tool to use when you want to build state machine structures. So let's start. First, if you want to use the state machine, you need to start an engine variable and instantiate it. To do it, so you need to pass a name for your state machine. In this example, we use the X name, and then you need to pass the reference of the object who owns this state machine. So, and besides that, you need to give power to your state machine, put it to run the update message. Now, to build the states, you just need to follow this template. It's not very complicated, actually it's very simple. Just need a public class with the name you might want, decorated with these tags, state from, and then you need to give the name of your state machine, of course. In this example is X, the name. These classes, they have three messages that you can use. First is awake, that happens when this object is created. Update, that happens each step of the application. Start, that happens when this state becomes the priority one, and end, that happens when this state loses the priority. So when if here in this message, like the unit message, you just need to put what you want to happen in the update. So this patrol state literally control the cube to walking around. So if you see here, this gray cube walking around, it's the patrol state happening. So also this cube have the dev state that happens if you click in it, and it just run a dev routine, like dev routine. It's that. Oh, forget about the fire. You see later what it is. So to create the connection between these two states, you need to create a link. And these links also follow the template. That's not very complicated actually. It's a public bool with the name you might want, decorated with this attribute. And this attribute also requires a type, and this type is who is this link connected to. So for example, this link here is connected to patrol. So if this returns true, this state will stop to being the current one, and the patrol state will start to be the current one. And this actually is just pressing the button. So this also happens here, but this link, instead of getting type of, it get the keyword all. That means that all states have a link drawn towards this state, like a reverse link. So if this variable becomes true regardless of the state, this state will be the current one. It's this is the first of many features of the tool. It's very handful. For example, if you have things that might happen in any situation, for example falling, you will fall in regardless of what you're doing, or dying, that will happen regardless of what you're doing. You can create this kind of links that will draw a link toward your state without you having to write a link in each state, and that is very useful. This is very useful. The second feature of this tool is that it allows inheritance. So for example, this happy cube object is a child of common cube. So the tool automatically understands that this one have these states inside it. So I don't need to rewrite the patrol or death state because they are inside of it. So for example, I don't have the death state here. So see, patrol overcharging, there's no death state here. But even though I can click to kill it, as if these two objects have the same state, because they have. But also you can override states if you want to. You just need to decorate with this attribute override, and you can rewrite the state. So in this cube, instead of following a pre-made path, the patrol may read the control and walk as the control wants. So I'm controlling with my Xbox controller here. And both of these cubes are in the same state, but they are different because one is overridden. And to make to review this, it's literally very easy. So if you want to use the tool, you need to use the library, you need to get a reference to the engine, you need to initialize and reference an object of one of those with a name you might want, and saying who is the owner of this, and you need to give energy. To write this state, you just need to have a public class with the name you want that is child of state, and you got this 4 messages that you can mess with and do wherever you want. That's really easy. And if you want to write a link, you just need to create a publicable method with this attribute with it, and if it returns true, instantly the state will swap. So if you see, for example, the happy cube has patrol, hover, charging, and death. And death, if you click, it will blow in a white dust. Patrol, it will read the control. Hover, if it will start to fly and throw some particles around. And charging, while I'm pressing, it will glow red, and it will blow when I left. So let's see that happen. So first one, it's patrol. It's just reading the control. Second one is charging. I will press the button. Oh, this is the flying one. This is the flying. So what's flying? It's throwing some particles and going around. And I cannot use the charge because there's no connection between flight and charge. If I let down and use the charge, while I'm pressing it's charging. When I go down, it's dashing. So this is the 3 of the four states, and the 4th state is this. It's dying. So to explain how this tool works, it's a little more complicated. I just need to show 2 classes. They're the important classes to make this work. First one I have called the Magic Dictionary. Let's just say that I have abstracted this class as a Magic Dictionary, but actually this class is like a dynamic interpreter and kind of a data bank. What this does is literally when you need to build a state machine, this class will read the code you have written and it will interpret these tags and save all this data inside it. So the next time I want to build an object again, it does not need to reread the code. This is just exactly what this class does. Literally, it goes to, when you try to use it, it creates itself. It creates the page with the content. It creates everything and gather all the knowledge and close it in its page. So whenever you want to use again, it just gives to you the blueprint of your state machine. And this engine, it make the state machine runs and builds it. So the engine get one page of the dictionary and use this blueprint to create the architecture with all the objects connected together with links. So there is 2 different things happening here. The Magic Dictionary deals with types, method infos, and abstract types, things that are not objects themselves. And the engine, they do with the state object. They do with the object happening, so the object thing. So this collect the abstract knowledge, and this one make it useful. And also this engine put the state machine to work. So let's just say that each step in the application, the engine, it's running this method here, update method, and also it's running all the links connected to these states. So in this patrol state, there is one link, this link connected via reverse link, and each step it's running this method and this link, this method and this link. So if this link says that's true, it's time to change the state, then the start method will happen, the end method of this state will happen, and this state will be the current one, and the update of this state will happen. So actually, this engine is just like an engine. It's running the methods inside it. Um, and the other classes related to this tool, they normally are like data package to deal with the how to manage the information around. For example, this link class is a data pack that holds one method info to reference to people who are using the link. For example, I have the the state that has casted the link, the state that is the target of the link, and the method info that holds the link itself. And for example, this state ID have the type, the types, the type of the guy who owns the state, the type of the state itself, and a list of links. So with these data packages in the Magic Dictionary is relatively easy to build the blueprint page in the dictionary. Actually, this blueprint page is just a name and a list of states, and this name is, you can guess this name here. And I think that's all. So it's a really interesting tool that uses reflection to help people to code, and very easy to use. When you're using, you don't need expend too much time to deal with. So it's kind of extend the Unity message system. So we start update. So this the states, they also have these messages too, and there's not much problem. And you can literally create fun stuff with it. So that's it, and thank you. See ya.